Are these the best ambient presets that you can buy online? In this video, I'm going to be taking a closer look at the ambient guitar tone pack created by Adam Dodson. There are 9 different tones in this pack by Adam, covering clean ambient pad-like textures up to low gain, and they're based upon the tones that Adam has used across his back catalogue. Oh wait, you don't know who Adam is? Then check this out. As usual, I've linked the preset pack and Adam's music below. The presets have all been built using Neural DSP archetype Nolly. Now, Nolly is usually associated with heavier, metal-like tones and styles, and Adam specifically wanted to see what potential it had for, let's say, a different palette. So, does it pay off? Let's dive deeper. Adam uses a Telecaster for most of his recordings, and so do I, so it'll be a pretty close comparison in terms of guitar tone. Those of you familiar with Neural DSP will know just how easy it is to download and use presets. The first thing to note that this pack by Adam is super reasonably priced, with a minimum cost of $5 or more. What's more, Adam also includes a handy PDF which walks you through each of his 9 tones and gives you a real insight into what sort of settings he used and how you might be able to adapt them to your music. Let's have a quick look and listen. So here we are in the Nolly Archetype plugin, and I've got Adam's presets loaded up here, all 9 of them, and we're going to just work our way through them very quickly, just to give you an overview of what's what. We're going to start with Constellation Veins, which I know is taken from the title of one of Adam's collaboration tracks that he did in 2022, and I referenced earlier the PDF that Adam's included in the download. So here you go, this is it, this is what you get. An overview just generically, and then a preset overview of all of the 9 different presets that Adam has created. And as you can see, we're in Constellation Veins, which is this one here. So synth-like delays drenched in reverb with a glassy top end. So yeah, that's Constellation Veins, back into the interface. Sounds very nice to me. And we're just going to flick through them one by one. So we've got Glass up next. The good thing about all of these presets is that you can obviously go into the plugin and just look at what Adam's done to create them. So you can see exactly which amp and cab settings he's got, if he's using them at all, which pedal settings he's got. Let's go to Harmonic Dream. So I know from speaking to Adam that over the time that he's been a big fan of some of the Walrus gear. So I know the ARP 87 is one of his favourite lo-fi delays. And again, in the PDF that he provides with the plugin, he talks about this setting in Harmonic Dream being trying to be kind of a replica of that ARP 87 pedal. And he actually says in the PDF to try it with the neck pickup, so that's what we'll do. See from a lot of these settings is does really, really well, which is really important when you're trying to create ambient guitar tones. Really, really careful with the way that he balances the mix and the decay. So a lot of these settings have got high decay, which is what you want to create a sort of washy underneath behind your tone, but it'll have the mix no more than 50% up. And actually, for example, in this setting, it's about a quarter of the way up, 25% up, which means you get that clarity of attack, you get the modulation and the warmth of the sort of lo-fi delay that you've got in this setting, but it doesn't get in the way of itself, which is really, really nice and really important when you're creating ambient tones. Healing is next up. So again, really high decay, quite a low mix in there. As I said earlier, it's really nice to just dive in and see what Adam's used. Over to Ocean Waves. And I know from playing around with this one before, this creates a really wide stereo image, which is brilliant. And I think Adam's utilising 2 microphones set up on this one. Yeah, he is. So he's got like a AKG C414 on the left-hand side and a Shure SM57, I think, on the right. Possibly my favourite of the presets on this pack. I think that's absolutely beautiful, really well balanced tonally, and the delay and reverb setup on those for me works perfectly. It's just got a bit of overdrive in there as well, just to create a bit of saturation. So yeah, really a big fan of the Ocean Wave setting. If you haven't checked Adam out before, then again, I recommend you do, but he does a lot of percussive style playing with his right rhythm hand, and he actually loops some of that. And I'm not going to try and do that because I haven't practiced before the video and I'm not particularly good at it. But this setting, percussion, is one specifically for that. So heavily mid-scooped so that it really accentuates the rhythmic beats as he's hitting the strings down by the pickups. So yeah, I'm not going to have a go on that one. I'm just going to trust that Adam's nailed that sound because it's one that is pretty unique to him. Spirit Home is the, I think, 7th setting we've got on here. So this has got a bit of mid-gain on there. Certainly if you're going for a slightly overdriven tone, this is the one to pick. So again, another great thing about the pack, it's not just really clean ambient guitar tones, it's tones that you could use in pretty much any context within anything post-rock. Sunday Sounds. So Adam, if you don't follow him on Instagram, posts every Sunday with some awesome, beautiful, delicate ambient guitar parts on. And this is his favourite sound. I know that because he says it in his PDF. Tendency is to want to play more notes, but actually this stuff works best when you play less. And let's go to the final setting. The Risk of Dreaming is the title of Adam's only solo album that he's released so far. It's absolutely outstanding, and this tone is essentially a recreation of the first track, which is called The Risk of Dreaming, which is beautiful. So at the risk of absolutely butchering that track, the chord progression goes something a little bit like this. So on and so forth, and yeah, sounds absolutely beautiful to me.